Hello, guys. Welcome back to another discussion round where we will be exploring the Laravel Reverb. It is new package recently released in Laravel Community. It's quite famous now. Everyone is talking about it. So I haven't prepared about anything like Laravel Reverb. So let's see what we get to learn about this. I know on high level that it is about WebSockets and it's on steroids. It handles a lot of requests and everything. We'll see. So today we have with us Jigar and Amitav. Uh, hey, hi. You can say hi. Okay. So
Hello.
I'll let them introduce themselves. Maybe Amitav, you can start.
Sure. Hi, I'm Amitav Roy. I'm a software developer working with Laravel since version 4. And I have a small YouTube channel called Amitav Roy Dev. So yeah, that's about it. I like working with Laravel and I create content around it.
It's not a small channel. You guys should go there
Small,
and subscribe.
small channel.
It's a small channel
channel.
with 14,000-15,000 subscribers. So it's very nice. And but by the way, it has really nice content. So I think you guys should subscribe.
Yeah, thank you. Yes,
Yeah,
Jigar,
All right.
up to you.
Yes, about me. I'm Chikardula. I have around 12 years of experience in web development and around 5-6 in Laravel. So I like exploring things around Laravel. And let's see. This is also my try to learn new things. So like Bhushan mentioned, even this is my. Okay, by the way, my introduction is over. I move to other topics very soon. Yeah, I don't have anything else. Yes, okay. Coming back to introduction, I also organized the Laravel Pune meetup, and we also host the same. And Bhushan and Amitav are also the volunteers of the same meetup. We meet up quite frequently. Yeah. And Amitav, how's your hand now?
My shoulder is recovering quickly. I was kind of iffy about what will happen for the Laracon, but my doctor said that yes, at least for that you can travel. Don't pick up any heavy weights. So yeah, I think I'm travel safe right now.
That is good actually.
Yeah.
Then we'll meet
Certified, doctor certified.
Certified.
again.
Right.
Yeah. Still can't ride my bike, but that's yeah.
I'll drive for you. Don't worry. You can sit behind me.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right.
So let me introduce myself. I'm Bhushan Gaikwad. I'm working on Laravel from last like 8-9 years, I think so. I also started with around 5th version, somewhat. Yeah, I'm working as a full stack developer at Treble. Yeah, so just moving to the topic of the today, like what we are going to talk about today, right? So like, do you guys have any idea like how the WebSocket works and everything? Have you guys tried it? Anything like all this will be how it will be.
So yeah. So for me, WebSocket, I had tried it around more than 5 years back, 4 or 5 years back. WebSocket, that is Socket.io, very famous Node.js package.
Socket.io.
Everybody knows Socket.io.
Right.
and
The
we used
de
to add
facto solution. Yeah.
yeah, and we used to add Node.js in our resume because we have used Socket.io.
Then Socket.io and then Pusher came, all this stuff.
I don't have exposure to Pusher, so this whole Laravel Reverb thing, right? I don't have exposure to broadcasting, Pusher, anything around this Reverb. So I think for me it would be a lot of new things to uncover. So I'm looking forward to it, and but I have some general idea of what WebSocket is. So yeah.
That's nice.
So I think I will share some insights. What happened is obviously yes, when PHP didn't have a very clear solution around the socket thing, as you said, we became the Node.js developers and we used Socket.io. Then at some point came Pusher, and it was fine. I mean, for a hobby project, you can definitely run it for free, but when it gets into a serious application, it was paid. Then Spatty, along with Beyond Code, with Marcel, right? They came up with a package which kind of was very interesting, and I had used that for one of my projects. It was a backend application. So what it would do is use the pusher protocol or the same infrastructure. We would continue to write our code as if we are using the pusher service, but we never used any pusher key. It was anything random you can use, and it would give you the exact WebSocket interactions that is required. And then obviously now Reverb is the official way of doing socket. So yeah, I mean, I was pretty excited about it, and when they released right today morning, I was playing with it. It took some time, but I finally got the public channel to work. I still need to look at the public channel stuff, but yeah, let's I think we can explore
Yeah,
it.
just to add on that, like Marcel, like when I used this pusher protocol in like pusher service in one of the packages, one of the project, but then we were paying too much, and then at that time, actually Laravel WebSockets, that package which you were mentioning, right? Marcel released, and that was the free version where we can do all the stuff, and we can run our own server, and it will do all the WebSocket thing. It was magic. I saw when Marcel released it. It was, he showed the screen and people were banging on the buttons, and then
Right.
that browser died.
Right.
All this stuff.
Yeah,
Taylor claims that it will not happen in the Reverb.
Reverb.
In one of his talks, he mentioned that. So I think it is better version of that only. It uses some React PHP for the event looping in the backend. In its code, but let's explore. So today Jigar is going to share the screen, explore this Laravel Reverb with us.
Yep. So before that, right, before I do that, because as you know, I'll be looking at the documentation for the first time. So I have very limited knowledge around this ecosystem. So I think we should have a path. I joined this meet late. Actually, I joined exactly at 8:33. Otherwise, we would have planned it before we go live, like what things to cover in the stream. So, but it's okay. I think we can create an agenda now, like what all things we are planning to cover. So let's create an application where we can showcase Reverb, where in what situations Reverb is more useful. So we can create some dummy backend and front end, and we'll see how it is.
Yeah.
So
let me add. Yeah, sure. Good.
So any use case, like we should, any small problem that we can solve. So let's say back in the day, I had a live dashboard. Like we used to show this like metrics for support people, like the support folks. They used to have a big screen, and then in that big screen, we used to show live metrics, like every second, every 5 seconds, every minute, things used to change. And we did not do polling for obvious reason. We used something like Socket.io. So does that scenario fit in for this use case?
I think yes.
Yes.
We can
definitely.
do that. Yeah. There is only one thing, like how much data we are sending through WebSockets. That is, I think, limited. We can't send a lot of data. So for the dashboards, let's say for the chart, I don't think so, like how much we can send right now. But when I used it, I used it for the chat. Like let's say I'm typing something, then it shows that ... someone is typing, right? Those kind of stuff. If I press enter, so the person will receive immediately. So this kind of stuff I've used for.
So what I'm thinking is we don't have to create dashboard, just one number. Let's say one number we start with count 0 on our screen front end, and that front end will connect to the connect via the WebSockets to our server, WebSocket server, which is Reverb, I believe. So,
Yep.
and we write a backend which will simply increment the count from backend. There is no interaction. So live we can see that, okay, yes, this page is getting like this number count is getting incremented automatically. So
Mhm.
is this like decent enough? Like obviously
I think
it
it's good
won't
for
do.
starting. I think it's
It's
good
a
for starting. Mm.
good for start, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
good for starting.
because I want to keep it minimal so that when understanding reverb, I don't want to learn new things.
I
I
don't
would
think so. I don't think so. Anyone is excited about like building a graph or like doing that animation. If you understood the
yeah
concept, then I think people can just use that
yeah
knowledge and put it
yeah
anywhere. That way.
yeah. So yeah, probably in the end we can also summarize what we have learned. So
Yeah. Sure.
yeah,
You,
okay.
you were saying
Let's
something, Amit. You were saying
No,
something.
I think this is completely fine. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Let's
So
start.
let me let's start exploring. So let me add
yeah
your screen
yeah yes.
to the stage. Here we are.
All right.
Hmm.
So we are looking at reverb laravel.com. This is the official package. Here it says that Reverb is a first-party WebSocket server for Laravel application, bringing real-time communication between client and server directly to your fingertips. Bringing real-time communication between client and server. Okay. And open source and artisan command away. Okay. So I'm assuming some artisan uh, artisan reverb start reverb, something like that, reverb start, something
Hmm.
like that, and it will start the server. Interesting.
Yeah.
Available now on GitHub, and I think this is their implementation, I believe. So if
Yeah.
we keep the
Okay.
screen
Okay.
on,
Let me press heart. Okay. We'll see
yeah,
if it.
if you press a heart, yeah, I
Yeah.
see a heart over
I
here.
pressed it on my
Yes,
machine.
yeah.
Okay.
Click on heart again. Click on heart again.
I clicked many times. Let's see. Yeah. You see.
Ah, great. Okay, great. So done. That's it. This is what reverb is.
So we can do that. Ho gaya, tata, bye bye.
All right. Uh, all right. Then we'll go through more things. Blazing fast. Reverb is fine tuned for speed. Single server. Okay, thousands of connection. All right. Seamless integration. Develop with Laravel's broadcasting capabilities. Deploy with Reverb's first-party Forge integration. Monitor with baked-in support for Pulse. Okay. So this broadcasting capabilities, which I haven't explored before, I haven't worked with it. So let's see. That will also be new. And this pusher protocol is also new for me actually. Build for scale, like you mentioned, this won't get hanged, I believe. Infinitely increase capacity. Okay. Reverb's built-in support to horizontal scaling using REST. Okay, so we can basically have multiple WebSocket server. Horizontal
So
scaling meaning
previously,
what?
right, what used to happen is whenever a WebSocket is created, it is
Hmm.
actually a process. Okay, and that
Yes.
process will continue to run for each client. So
Hmm.
for a large amount of time, there was a technical limitation on how many socket connections you can create on a server. You can only vertically scale that server to have more things, but I think technically there is a thing about how many process IDs can be generated. That kind of limitation that is written in the documentation. Because of that,
Hmm.
it was a single server kind of a thing which can extend with its capacity. But yes, Reverb, what they're saying is we can literally have one Redis container or one Redis server and then multiple Reverb servers connecting to it for like a horizontal scale, which is I think the differentiator between any other solutions we have.
All right.
Yes. That's
So
nice.
Redis will act. Okay, Redis will act like a common data that is shared between all the
Yes.
servers.
Yeah.
All right, understood. So can I say I'm just thinking out loud. So like how we spin up multiple workers to solve the queues, like resolve the queues, process the queues. Is it in a similar way? Just for the understanding purpose.
So yes, from an architecture standpoint, you can think of that in a very similar way. That there is one
Okay.
queue,
Hmm.
box where all the items are being stored, and there are multiple workers picking one and
Huh.
processing it one by one. So yeah, from that perspective, we can say it's something
Yeah.
similar.
Just from understanding standpoint, obviously there are things behind the scene might not be different. Pusher protocol Reverb utilizes pusher protocol for web sockets, making it immediately compile. So now one thing that confuses me a lot. I have heard this pusher protocol a lot, but WebSocket is also a protocol. So if you know what is the difference, can you just give a summary?
This I haven't explored. I think it's a good question. I will read up on this. I know it's a protocol, but yeah, beyond that, I never questioned myself.
Yeah,
I
I
actually under the hood it uses WS, like WebSocket protocol only. And if you have any secure connection, then it will be using WSS. This pusher protocol is something which is related to pusher, that service itself, and then they have copied all the APIs and everything. That's what I believe. That's what my understanding is for.
so
Under the hood from the
pusher.
browser, if we go to the WS tab, if we filter it out, then do inspect. Can you
Hmm.
do inspect?
Yeah, this I know. Here we will get a WebSocket.
Uh,
So in
in the
network
network
tab,
tab,
if I do refresh, so there
you
should
see
be some. Yeah,
you need
here.
There's the
you have
WS
selected
filter. Yeah.
you have selected all. So at the end you see WS is there, so you can filter
Yeah,
it like.
yeah. So here WS, and in messages we'll see multiple messages. So if we if you click over there, I will get an event over here
Hmm.
like that.
Also, there is one
So
thing about WebSockets. So whenever we connect, right? So it keeps the connection live. So then we don't
hmm,
have to connect it again, and then it just sends the data back in.
correct. So that okay. I thought that I would explain it in the end, but I can probably what my understanding of WebSocket right at architectural level is. So usually client in any client server architecture, usually the when I say client server meaning browser and our web server, let's say for example. So in that architecture, usually client is the one that is requesting for data each and every time. But with help of this protocol, WebSocket protocol, the connection is kept like it's made constant, and then the
It's live.
data is live, and server pushes the data to the client. So this what we are getting over here is server is sending the data to the client, to the browser. That's why
If
this
you if
protocol
you
is.
if you see at the end, right, there is up arrow. So that is the connection, and the above ones are what we are receiving in that image.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
someone did ping from the server, and then it gave
yeah,
the push song as a
yeah.
response.
All right, all right, all right. I might be slow in this, so Amitav, feel free to interrupt me and just tell me to do this, do that. That's okay,
Sure.
because I know that you have done a bit, because
Yeah.
it's already 9 o'clock and I doubt I'll be able to complete it, wrap it up quickly. So yeah, it's okay if you interrupt me and tell me to do this. All
Sure.
right. Let's start. But even so far, I think we have covered a good detail. I think so.
Hmm.
It's good. All right. So let's go to the documentation. Okay. First, before going to documentation, also let me.
So one quick question is, Jigar, are you planning to do this with the Laravel 11? Because I think there
Yes.
was a slight difference in 10 versus 11. So I also switched to 11 and tried everything. So we are
Yeah.
talking about a fresh 11 install, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Fresh 11 install. I'm doing it right
Okay.
now.
Okay.
Okay.
So my terminal is visible, right? Here Okay, no. Second.
Okay. Meanwhile, I checked for the Laravel 10 as well. They have documentation. So,
Yes.
but that is in beta
So-
version. So it will be good now. Okay.
I hope this creates a directory. So, uh, oh,
You know this URL how it came?
how it came, meaning?
No.
How this thing got like invented or developed? Like initially,
No.
Laravel team released Laravel Sail. Okay, but Laravel Sail is a composer package. To install that, we need composers. For the composer, we need PHP. So, anyways, we are setting everything right. So people started like complaining, and I think Pushpak, right? Pushpak was in the last talk. He pushed it. He said this to maybe one of the team members, and then they thought, okay, this is actually a problem. So if person has to install PHP, person has to install composers, and there is no point in having all this, right? So then they created one URL. So from that we can just add the project name and add the query parameters, what services we want. It will create everything.
Okay.
Okay, that's interesting.
So it was like that.
Okay. Interesting. And this will take some time. But yeah, it's over. So I think building and everything is over.
No, it's discovering packages. Let's see. Okay.
Now it will do composer install, I believe. Or it's done already. No, it's done.
It's done already.
Yeah. Migration.
Okay, I have one question. Like it's off the track. Whenever I also tried Laravel 11 in the morning. It's doing all the migrations and everything, creating the SQLite database.
Yeah.
I wanted to connect to MySQL, and then it created that file, migrated it. It was unnecessary, I felt.
Yeah, this one is this one was a bit I think one point where I was not agreeing to what the community was saying, that is, many of them use SQLite. Yeah, one thing which I have done definitely is messed up my Laravel database, because I always have a database called Laravel, and whenever I install something new and I run my migrations and my existing data is kind of gone. So that problem, I guess, will not happen with this kind of a flow, because you always have a unique database for your project. But yeah, it's SQLite.
I have database called test. So whenever I want to do anything, I just go to env file, I change the name test, run the migrations, do everything. So that is that is some data which I want to lose. So I don't care about that data. So that is how I do it.
So one thing that contradicts that, I'm not sure if contradicts is the right word, but the thought process of having SQLite but removing MySQL. So the goal was to get started early. Now here I have done a bare minimum install, and I'm seeing Redis, Mailpit, Selenium, Miley Search.
No, you
Now
could
that
have selected. You could have
now I
selected.
realize after running that now I realize, yeah, I could have selected that website with equal to only MySQL or Redis. So all this is not required. In fact, it should be other way around. If you want it, you mention all those things. Just like how the mindset is with SQLite. If you want, you use MySQL, and even here it should be vice versa, according to me, I think. Because
I think it will change, because
I've used Sail couple of times now, but I always forget. Like, I don't want other things. I want to get started quickly. Especially when people are watching us.
Waiting. Yeah.
I think you should have done it earlier. That's what I'm feeling right now.
Yeah.
But anyways, it's fine. We are like, meanwhile, it is doing its job. We are talking some other stuff, and it's good actually.
Yeah. All right. I think should be. Oh no! It has started building. What is it trying to build now?
Oh,
I see you have heard.
Vaibhav has one comment. I think. So what he's saying is, this is great service to explore. Their business is using some service, Abby service, which is costing too much per month. So I think it will be a good one. Your
Yes.
thoughts?
So, but see, it's at the end, it's a server. It has a maintenance cost. Same, same discussion what we had in our last session. Like maintaining a RabbitMQ is a pain, will be a pain if not today. Same goes for this website server. If some third party is taking care of that pain, obviously we'll have to spend some money. If you have enough money power, employee power, employee strength capacity, then yeah, manage it yourself.
I think if I may ask, Vaibhav, can you share the concurrent connections number so that we can actually think of, like, currently, like on Laravel Reverb, I saw 3,000 concurrent connection it can have at the same time. Maybe you can share that. We'll get the idea, like
Okay.
when to go for the other service and when to start with the Reverb. Fuck man, you should have done it earlier.
Yeah. Should we skip sale altogether? We have heard.
Yeah,
already.
I was almost trying to recommend that. And I can see that icon there. Jika, can you do a composer create project and get started?
Yeah.
So, I'm more comfortable with Docker than Hard. But yeah,
But anyways, you will not touch Docker files.
Let's do that if we can do that. Okay. It's been a while that I have done a bare minimum install. Is there a documentation for that?
Do you have Laravel installer?
Yeah, the binary. Do you have Composer? You should.
I have, I think, Laravel. Because Herd, I think, comes with Laravel, right? Laravel.
Oh, okay. That's how I got Laravel on my machine. I always used to do Composer create project Laravel/Laravel and then the project name, and it would just.
No, there is already a Composer package, Laravel/installer. So you don't need Herd or anything. I'm using it from many years. Like I just do Composer. In the morning as well, I shared, right? So I did just Composer global update Laravel/installer, and in the second terminal, I just did Laravel new.
Yeah.
Say so much fast, man.
You wasted 10 minutes.
I think it's fine. People got to know about that service, how it came.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, for folks who, let's use SQLite now because in this case it's much better. And for folks, there is like in sale with equal to, here we can mention while installing, we can mention only the services that we need choosing your sales service. By default, I believe that it should do only MySQL or something like that, and rest should be optional, but it's okay. It is what it is. All right, we can go back to the terminal. It's done. So this should work, right?
Vaibhav is saying it costs more than the application running cost, and the service charges based on the bandwidth instead of the connections, and also the message size is they have some limitations there, and they are transferring 4 TB of data each month just using WebSockets. So it's a very lightweight data, sending 4 TB. It's good.
Okay, I did a mistake. What is that command to link it? Link.
Oh,
What is that command? Link. I need.
You like her to pick this up as a directory.
Yeah, yeah.
You can, if required, you can do PHP artisan serve. It should just work fine.
Ah, okay. That is
Yeah.
also fine.
are you a Laravel developer? I'm
I
kidding.
don't.
I'm kidding.
No, it's been a while that I have used all these things. I'm so used to Docker. It's been a while.
Hmm.
I my If you look at my aliases, it will be DCL for Docker Compose logs, DCE for Docker Compose exec,
Hmm.
DCR for Docker Compose run. Because of Herd, I have PHP installed on my local. Otherwise, I don't even have PHP installed on my local. Okay, it's
Yeah.
done.
Localhost 8000. Here we go.
Finally.
Yes.
Okay.
Finally.
Light mode.
All right.
Nice.
Yes, I am into night mode. Then, okay, let's put that number in front end. In front end, to put that number, we should do
Which
what
files
front
you
end?
have?
We'll have to use some front end.
I hope these are not your production app.
I
No.
think so.
Just close
No,
it.
it's okay. It's okay. It's say
Okay.
it's okay.
If you use, Vaibhav is
Yeah.
saying if you use our own server, the ingest and ingress cost will be like we have to consider.
Hmm.
Alright.
I mean, yes, the AWS cost will be there in terms of bandwidth, but
Bandwidth and everything.
TBs of data over WebSocket. This is really interesting. I think when I next meet him, I will pick his brain what exactly he's trying to do.
What else? I think he said each month, so I think it's all collaborative, but it's too much.
Yes, I mean, I understand the the amount of data. I think the number of users are huge because my thought process was because WebSocket is like, you are able to notify the client from the server, so you pass with bare minimum information and then you do either an Ajax call or something to fetch the overall information that is required by the dashboard. So let's say if the data size is huge, but yeah, I guess his use case is a bit different.
I feel like unless and until I'm building a stock market like app where every second counts. Otherwise,
Yeah.
like if you can wait, then I think HTTP protocol and sending the Ajax request, I think that is.
My machine is very slow. I think. Hold a second. This. It's still running.
Control C.
Still running.
Control C.
Savior.
Good that we did not wait for it. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Here should be good now. And so should we use Livewire for the front end? That should work, right?
I think you don't even need Livewire, Jigger, because when you install Reverb, right, it will set up the bare minimum JavaScript for you to start using Echo, whatever is. Yeah.
Okay. So then let's start then. PHP artisan install broadcasting. Okay. If we install broadcasting, it will.
Right now
So
you will
first
not have the channel.php on your routes folder, so those things ideally should get created. That's what I was hearing from Taylor at least.
But there is no package like no
There is.
like so where is that composer require?
Oh, that it will do it once you do the install.
Okay, it's part of this. Okay.
Was it? Now, actually, when I am confused, hold on. At least you can do it. I don't think there is any harm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like to install.
They are saying installation is PHP Artisan install broadcasting. So I'm sure it will
Broadcasting,
do it. Yeah.
It will
So
just
it
update the providers and everything. Add the channel file, add it into the into that, like where we in the route service provider we used to register. Right?
Correct.
Everything. So that those things will. It is related to Laravel 11, so it's not related to.
so
Yeah.
at the end even they are using Node, right? Node dependency is required for broadcasting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Node dependency means that Laravel Echo package.
Okay. Laravel Echo is Node package.
It's a JS package.
Okay. Then this is done. Let's go to behind the scenes. Okay. Reverb install. Okay. If you like to make any configuration changes, you may do so. Okay. This is exposed now. Yep. Here Reverb server, default it is Reverb, host is any and 8080, it will start running in 8080. Okay. And what's the difference between these two, host and host name? I'm not sure. Reverb scaling, no idea. Reverb scaling, Reverb, no idea.
This is the Redis configuration when we have multiple servers. But yeah, haven't tried that.
It will do horizontal scaling using that Redis and everything.
Later, probably for another stream.
Yeah.
I just now read there is some limitation of opening the files. So like 1000 files we can open, right? So
yeah,
this will, when we enable that, it will enable us to go for 3000, 4000.
So why this key is required? Okay.
So that you will understand in bootstrap.js, I think, or echo.js. Echo.js, yes. So see, it's pusher protocol, right? So pusher protocol needs all these things for the client to make that connection. Echo will make that connection, right? So for that, it needs all these things to be configured.
Okay. Echo is a package, pusher is a package, and then we are adding this certain things. So it is a wrapper around wrapper. So Echo is on top of pusher. Pusher is on top of WebSocket. Correct?
WebSocket is a protocol. Pusher is a package from the pusher service. On top of it, they have added some abstraction so that the request doesn't go to pusher server, it goes to our server. So that is why they have created Echo.
Yeah.
Okay. So pusher service itself is a cloud-based service.
Yes.
It's a service.
Okay.
Yeah. So they charge people for this.
SaaS
or what? Okay, can you put this keys in the .env?
It is already there, if I'm not wrong.
No.
Can you check?
It would have done that if you look at this is something which I never understood. So, and it's not my VS Code problem, I guess. The env doesn't open till you first manually open it once, and I don't know why. Go to the end, you should have all those keys. Yeah.
but it's okay. It is coming from here.
Okay, they have set it up.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm
Okay,
still
so
confused. So our Laravel application is a client that is connecting to this Reverb server, correct? And for that, so it when starting a server, like they have generated a key and a secret saying that okay, you can connect via these key and secret. Is it like that?
No. So when you start, like we did PHP artisan serve, right? So it created the PHP server, which is
Hmm.
running on localhost 8000, right? Similarly, there is a reverb :start command.
Hmm.
Okay. So
Hmm.
when we execute that command, what will happen is a web socket server will start, which is on
Hmm.
port 8000. Now that is the backend, the web socket server running behind the scenes, and it has certain keys which is required to make these identification and handshake, and then you will see three to four keys as wheat underscore, which echo is picking up for the handshake. So the backend and front end keys are one below the other, so it might confuse, but the basic idea is we are creating the configuration for both sides of the application, the backend side and the front end side. So the from line number 66 to 71 is your reverb server, so as to say, right? And
Hmm.
73 to 76 is what the
Hmm.
client echo will be using to communicate.
front end.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay, understood.
Yeah.
Understood.
Okay, what is the next step now?
Yep, here they have explained this application credential. I believe the same thing that we just explained. Uh, Set of exchange between the client and server. Yes, these credentials are configured on the server and are used to verify the request from the client. Okay, you may define this credential. Blah blah blah. Okay, in the environment. So here, origin configure allow origin. They have mentioned it over here, and here it is. We saw that here. As of now, we say that allow from everywhere, but we can specify from where we should be from where we should allow the request. Correct.
Correct. From where we should
And
allow the connection.
yeah, connection correct. And additional applications. So here, okay, we can create multiple. So this configuration reverb. Okay. So anything that goes into reverb.php is a configuration for reverb WebSocket server.
Right.
That is pretty straightforward. And here we can say that this WebSocket server can cater to multiple apps, and here we have app ID, etc., etc. Has it populated any already for us? Apps, yes, correct.
Correct.
App ID, yep. Here,
Basically,
app
let's say
ID.
we have multiple apps. Let's say we have
Hmm.
four apps, and then
Hmm.
we have one reverb server. So that one reverb server, that all four apps can connect to reverb server and then share the data.
Hmm. Okay, so in most cases, secure WebSocket connections are handled by the upstream web server before the request is proxied to your web server. That makes sense. However, it can sometimes be useful, such as during local development. Yes, what we are doing right now for the Reverb server to handle secure connection directly. If you are using Laravel hard, yes, or you are using command. Okay, again, sure, you may use. Okay, but we are not using Herds server. We are using Artisan, so I think this won't work. As of now, I think it's not important, but something to keep in mind for local development, that we can have HTTPS connection using hard certificate.
Yeah, I think we can skip because we are not doing right now any certificate.
Yeah, running the server. We start it. So okay, yes, my assumption was right. Reverb start.
Yeah.
Okay, by default the reverb server is then we simply do reverb start. It already in use.
Okay, something
Our
running
app.
on your port, so you can do port something, or you can close that service.
Oh, these are mine.
Yeah.
Okay,
Carpooler.
give me a minute. Give me a minute. Alright.
Make stop. Huh?
That make
Yes.
file we create, right? Inside that
Yes,
we add
make
all
file.
the things.
Yes. And then I think if we do Docker PS now, should be comparatively
One.
clear.
I don't see 8080, so I think no. There is one carpooler
There is.
backend. That's on 8080.
Okay. Docker stop.
You can just use different port, no? In the Laravel Reverb, there is a flag. I just now saw in the document.
Okay, done.
Yeah, I was avoiding it because I think front end also configurations will be required. Let's see. env default ports. We can change the env. Yeah.
All right.
Finally, it worked. Okay.
Yes. 27 80.
This won't give you anything. This is a backend.
WebSocket server. So here, we should connect it via the Echo.
Yeah.
All right. So you mentioned that they provide some snippet already. Where can we access that?
So if you go to your code base now, you will see there is actually keep this on. I mean, some nice information will come in when the data is communicated. Yeah.
Restart. To restart, we have this command and running Reverb in production. Okay, we'll think about that later. Web server. This is part of that same, I believe. Yep.
This is all for production related.
I think now you need to directly jump to actually broadcasting because Reverb is started, your service is on. So now it's all about Laravel communicating and broadcasting so that the client is able to receive data.
Okay. So now broadcasting. So should I start Laravel broadcasting going through this talk?
Yeah. What we can do is directly create, like if you want to speed up things, we can directly create an event first of all, right? That event can be it can broadcast to a public channel, and then we can bypass a lot of things.
We can test it out at least.
Otherwise authentication and everything will come in.
No authentication, directly a client side. Client side here, server side installation and client side installation. So this is already being done, I believe. They must have done this already.
These things are all ready. I think you can now directly create an event. Okay.
Event, when you say event, meaning
like PHP Artisan event.
Okay, that event.
Yes.
Go to VS Code and then open terminal. You can run that.
Okay. PHP Artisan make event.
Give name.
Okay. Work event. And here.
So first thing is, because these will be broadcasted, you need to implement should broadcast. It's already there, so you just
Just
Where?
type implement should broadcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Implement should.
Should broadcast interface.
Okay.
And so now I will tell you one thing, so that the audience who also don't know, the broadcast over here, right? It is to a private channel. Now, when we do a private channel broadcast, at that point the authentication will be done. But for now, what we can do is just use channel. There's no public channel. There is channel. And that one is, hold on, I think the import
Broadcasting
is
channel.
illuminate broadcasting channel. Yes.
Correct. And just for the audience, channel means public channel. Anyone can connect to it. Private channel means specific user. So let's say I am chatting with Amitabh. So when we have the connection, so it will be private. So only Amitabh can connect to my channel, and I can connect to. And then what is the presence? What is presence channel?
Presence is a ping done on a very frequent interval to check whether the WebSocket connection is still alive or not. That's your active, how many users are online, how many users are active, that kind of a thing.
Okay.
So if you look at the terminal where Reverb is running, right, it says trying to clean stale connection and all those things. Okay, so that's the magic which is happening behind the scenes. You see, stale connections, inactive connections, something about that. Yeah, I haven't gone deep into it.
Okay.
One thing which will clarify a few things about broadcasting is if you go to channel.php, Jigar, right, you'll see the channels which are not public in nature. The channel name will become, let's say, app.models.user. If I am ID 1 and Jigar, your ID 2, Bhushan is ID 3. So now we will have our IDs in it. And the way it is ensured that my event, or an event which was supposed to be for me, is not broadcasted to you is with this check. That we have 3 channels in the WebSocket. Now, when the event is sent, this check will be there. It will check whether the current ID and the user ID are matching or not, and based on that only you will receive the data on the browser, instead of us fishing into, okay, Jigar ka itne ka order aaya hai, those kind of things will never happen. The sensitive data will continue to be sensitive. So that's where it will be.
Okay, basically the second parameter, that closure, is a policy.
Yes.
It authorizes if the data should be sent or not. Okay.
Correct. Now, because we have created a public channel, we need to add one entry over here, which is the exact name of our channel. I think it was Reverb channel. Yeah, and you can just return true.
All right. So this channel is created. Now, will this have a listener thing? No. So how?
No. So what you can do is, let's say, if you go to your web.php, I might be simplifying the demo, but yeah, over here, if you do event name : dispatch, that's all that you need, because
you don't need to return.
Don't change the return. Dispatch the event and return the view.
Okay.
Yeah.
Event dispatch.
This dispatch is same, right?
This is same.
It's same. Yes, it was working.
Okay. Dispatch, and then
new what was it?
Reverb event.
Reverb event. That's it. So what then? But who is reading that channel?
You need to open up one more tab. So the flow is, Yeah. So what the flow is right now, when you go to web.php, sorry,
Hmm.
your home route, this event is
Hmm.
dispatched.
Hmm.
Okay. And okay, there is one last piece, because we have written a code for the server to dispatch events. We haven't written any code for the front
Yeah.
end to
Receive.
listen to it.
Yeah.
You can go to app.js, and we can write a small bit of thing over there.
Also for the testing, you can pass some value in the
Event.
reverb event and make
Yeah,
it public
we will.
so it will be accessible.
Yeah, we will do that.
So what in Reverb event?
Just
Um,
add one any property and
Public property,
make it public.
like public name equals Jigger.
Jigger, yeah.
Okay. Public
Name.
equals checker. Okay, so whole event will get
Yeah,
forwarded. Okay. Here we will use the echo somehow.
echo. Yeah, echo.channel.
So
Yeah,
for
I have
that we
this
will
in memory, so you can. It was
Nice,
somewhere
nice.
written
echo.
somewhere. कहाँ से चोरी किया था मैंने वो कोड?
Reverb.
Reverb channel.
Yeah.
What does
Dot
this do?
listen.
Dot
So
Okay.
dot listen. So we are saying echo. We are first defining. आप ही गए ना? I think you have.
आ गया था
Copilot.
वो सस्ता वाला co-pilot है वो.
अच्छा.
काम कर रहे हैं.
काम कर रहे हैं. It's working.
अरे वो
actually.
कभी चलता है कभी नहीं चलता है. Yes, you say.
हाँ, तो channel में मैंने channel का I took the channel name. Listen, the first parameter is the event name, the exact event name. I think it's in the
Reverb.
broadcast documentation. Broadcast.
Yeah.
Broadcast.
I'm also doing this. It
Broad.
will be event name only.
Hold a
But
second.
it used to have that dot problem. I don't know it will have today
No,
or not.
I tried that. It works, but you have to give it in. Okay, let's see if it is doing that. I think it will require a quote. Yeah.
It should be string.
String.
That first parameter.
Oh yes, it's JavaScript. Yeah. Class नहीं चलेगा. Yeah. it's
Class नहीं
JavaScript.
चलेगी.
So it's still giving some error. But yeah, we'll have to close this. Yeah. Okay, that's it. Right?
एक मिनट. हाँ, ये one round bracket. Yeah. And
I think
what
if
we are
it
doing
like
is-
if it does console log, that is also fine.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm looking at a deferred video on the YouTube. That's what I was wondering. What happened?
I forgot to
If
do.
you have e dot name, can you do e dot name in the console log?
So sorry, hold a second. PHP artisan. So what were you saying?
In the console log. Okay, let's open. Skip that part. Okay.
I see something.
Call to undefined method event reverb invoke. Okay.
We're directly.
Do reverb event colon dispatch.
Yeah, I understood. Where did we do it?
Web PHP.
In web.
Yeah.
Reverb event.
Okay. No, event.
colon.
Event colon.
Dispatch. ये भी चल जाएगा.
ये भी चल जाएगा. It's good. And in that previous version, I think we don't need to initialize that class.
Okay, so now Jigger, one I think note for you and also note for the viewers. I faced a problem that code changes I think doesn't reflect immediately, so you'll have to restart the Reverb server.
Reverb server. Okay. That is good to know.
But we are simply trying to make a connection, right? We couldn't even make a connection.
Vaibhav is saying we didn't do npm build after adding
yes.
those.
Correct.
Good catch.
Thanks. वही सोचो कुछ तो मिसिंग है, डेव डाल दो.
इसके लिए मुझे लाइव फायर पसंद है. कुछ कर रहा ही नहीं रहता उससे. Where is that? Tab? Nope. Still no.
No, your server.
Where is the magic?
The magic will happen. Go to your terminal. I think your Reverb server was closed when you did an build. Yeah.
Still no magic.
I know why. One more mistake which we did. We are not importing the assets which we have just built. So @wheat, what is that? Resources files.
That should be already in the.
No, this is the welcome plate, na?
Ah,
It doesn't have any wheat configurations. I mean, assets.
Then we'll have to build it again, I believe.
No.
No.
Files are there. Just need to do an include, which is in your welcome.blade.php. Just add @wheat and then what? What's resources JS something.
Oh, okay. Understood.
Yeah.
This one.
Yeah.
Yes. I know this because I have done it in Livewire. Only this thing we do.
I don't know this stuff. What is going on? Resources JS.
Some resources
Wheat.
JS app.js does exist.
Laravel.
Does exist. Resources.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey,
And we have our socket.
Oh. So it did ping. Okay, can you open console? What happened?
Yep.
Not
Connection
that.
established.
No. The developer tools from the browser.
That is open, na? This one.
No, console. There is a console tab, right? You console log something.
Okay,
right?
okay. Channel is not a function.
HTML channel is not a function.
ऐसा कैसे? मुझे पता है. Okay.
That imports are wrong. That import, that bootstrap and that Laravel Echo. Make it reverse. Can you open bootstrap? What is inside that?
Yeah.
That is our bootstrap.
Can you open it?
I have a feeling. Let me look at.
Axios, okay. Okay, import that bootstrap has that echo import. So just reverse.
वो निकाल देते हैं.
Just reverse it.
So you'll have to do a build again.
But will it recognize this echo?
There is echo.js. Can you go there? Just to make sure
Here.
it is echo.js in the same folder. You have echo.js. Just control click on the where the cursor is. Just control click on it.
Yeah, whatever. So this
Window
is a window object, so it will be available.
It will be available. npm run build.
Okay. And this is for GS folks. So yeah, not for me. Reverb is not for me. Alright.
I think it's a one-time job. Then I think it will be fine.
Kidding. Okay. So now, there is no error at least.
Yeah.
So, but we should trigger something, right? How to?
So if you open a new tab on the same URL, you will see that event is kind of broadcasted. Yeah. Now come back to this tab. Right. So it didn't came. Why? Because can you restart the Reverb server once for me?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, did ping.
We can also check from here.
Message received. Reverb channel.
Message received.
The channel you created, right? Reverb channel.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Refresh.
Message handled.
I'm wondering, do we need to have a document ready kind of thing for that echo to register the event listener?
Document ready means I didn't get that.
So it's a JavaScript function, right? Which is saying that echo will
When
listen
the
to. So I'm just
when the
wondering
DOM is
if.
loaded.
Uh,
When the DOM is loaded. Okay, I can
So
quickly.
I
find
did not understand what.
I have a feeling what is happening is, see, we are telling echo to listen to a channel. Okay. And that directive is a JavaScript directive executed when. So I was thinking if we should put it inside a document dot add event listener document, okay, DOM content loaded kind of a thing.
Hmm. Yeah, we can. There is this, right?
Let me see if
In
I know I have
welcome.
one.
Okay, I have copied that.
Chat में दूं क्या?
I'll paste it in the chat.
Yeah.
Maybe you can walk through, Amitabh.
Okay, over here, yes. So document dot add event listener DOM content loaded, and ना
You don't need to go here.
नहीं आप app.js में ही चले जाओ.
Okay.
Yeah. So this entire thing, right, from line 5 to 3 to 5 should come inside. Keep that. Don't remove that.
Don't kill it, huh?
Yeah. Document dot add event listener. Yeah. And then it will have a first string parameter, which is document content loaded.
is
Beautiful.
correct. First one.
And
Wow. Enter, man.
Yahi hai wo. And then the second parameter is a what do you call it? It's a closure, which is event.
Okay.
Event arrow. Pass event as a E is fine. Now put the entire thing
Line 6
that
to
we
8.
have 6 to 8 inside that thing. Yeah.
But E.
Remove
What
that
E?
We don't need.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now you will have to do something which you don't like to do very often. npm run build.
Or you can run watcher.
Actually, you can do a dev. Yeah, it will continue to run that because we might need to change a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
So let's keep that window open. And where is the other tab?
Just created.
Yeah.
No.
Can you go to network tab? Is it connecting?
Yeah. Pusher subscribe. Yeah, we are also pushing.
It is able to subscribe. I think.
I hope it is not about the dot thingy. Can you show me your event? Is it broadcast?
Event
on, right? Yeah, event file. This is fine. Broadcasts on. It's an array reverb channel. Yeah, this looks fine. Our app.js is also same, right? Yeah, I hope. Reverb channel, CHANNEL. Yeah, and listening to reverb event, which also looks correct.
Reverb event.
So, listening to reverb.
Can you put dot before that and try? Dot reverb event. Dot
Reverb event. Yeah.
Save.
It used to happen with the earlier package, I know.
Earlier packages.
Go to the other one, the other browser. Yeah, refresh. And now, okay.
Should I restart
Restart
server?
Reverb once. Yeah.
Indian
There are two
wizard.
connections. There are two connections, and why did they not connect again?
There's something in our connection code. I mean, I know Reverb is working properly. I think what we are doing wrong is the broadcasting. That's where we are missing something, I'm sure.
Yes, that I don't know much about broadcasting.
There is also
Basic.
one thing which we did differently. Previously,
Oh,
I
yes.
used to put the values
Weber
in the
pointed. No, Weber pointed it correctly. We need to run a queue.
Are you
Queue?
sure we are not queuing the
Hmm.
events?
Yes.
Meaning?
Um, when these are dispatched, right, you will have to do a PHP artisan queue listen or queue work for it to start processing, and we missed that.
Okay. Okay. Can you start first? We'll test.
Yeah.
Whenever we
Really?
dispatch
But
any event
why?
or job or anything, it gets stored, right?
So, but job is different. This is different, and do I even have a table for that?
It will. Yeah. बंद मत करना. नहीं आपने बंद कर दिया. नहीं चलेगा. नया टर्मिनल. New terminal, because we need both Reverb debug. Yeah.
There is also a simple one. We can just set the queue driver to sync, so it will dispatch instantly.
Yeah. I think that's what it will do, because
I haven't configured also, right? I haven't configured a queue mechanism. Where is that?
Correct.
Queue
So it will continue to be on sync.
No, I have configured
apparently.
Change to sync, save.
11. I think that's what threw it off.
11. SQLite डाल दिया, but
और एक browser.
All right.
Now see.
No. Again कुछ इसमें restart नहीं, इसमें restart नहीं.
Queue चला दो. Let it run. मेरे मन के तसल्ली के लिए.
All right, as you say.
It happens with my team members as well. Sometimes I will request some very basic code changes. वो बोले अमिताभ ऐसा नहीं है. चला मेरी मन की तसल्ली.
Yes, you want to restart Reverb also?
The Reverb, yeah, it should start getting the jobs. I mean, the queue worker.
No.
At least it's connecting.
Queue.
Okay. One thing I wanted to say was, I used to push the values and everything through the constructor and then created the property. So if I create the property, will it be accessible to the front end?
It should be.
share?
It should be.
Okay.
So the queue is not picking up anything.
So now it is sync also. Now it is sync. So queue is out of question now, right?
It should dispatch instantly.
Database कर दो.
Amitabh is playing now.
नहीं एक बार restart तो करना पड़ेगा queue को.
Let's try.
Queue को. Queue भी Reverb भी अरे कर दिया, बहुत कुछ process कर दिया इसने. What he was saying was right.
Pending ones got.
I don't know why it didn't run on a sync. That is something that we need to figure out.
Even after looking at this Reverb event, right, we should get some acknowledgement, right?
No, so abhi now what you need to do is get rid of the dot. So the dot was not there. App.js. Yeah.
Okay.
कुछ रिस्टार्ट करना पड़ेगा.
No,
आपका
no.
बिल्ड चालू है.
You already have.
Hmm.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
We have.
We
Now
got
we
it
will have to.
finally.
Now we will have to
Yeah,
tag it
yeah.
not safe for kids.
Yes.
Literally, I
Done.
need to do that.
Done.
Okay.
So
Can you
now
open the browser again, like in another tab? So we will see. Keep it side by
I
side.
just refreshed this and this
Keep it
is
side by side,
happening
no?
over here. Okay, yeah.
इसको ऐसा छोटा करके उसको मोटा करके.
Now I miss Windows.
What is that shortcut? Windows Shift or
No,
something,
Windows.
and then arrow
Windows will
keys.
simply.
Correct.
Windows will simply
It just snaps.
stick it. Yeah, it just snaps.
I think
Yeah.
there is one hammer spoon video I have created. I think you should watch that. You will get all this stuff very easily.
I use Magnet, by the way. Magnet does that beautifully. But yeah, it's a paid plugin. Free में नहीं देते Mac वाला कुछ.
No, that's
Okay.
it's
So
very good.
Here
Hammer spoon.
I will refresh it and we will see a broadcast event getting triggered, and then that is being put added to the queue, and then when the queue is processed, comes over here. No, the queue pushes the data to the WebSocket server, correct? And then WebSocket server pushes the data to the browser.
So the flow is when someone is going to the home page, an event is broadcasted. That event is being consumed by the queue. Okay, now this part I don't understand why this is happening. Ideally it should have worked, but okay, for now that's the flow. So browser raises an event, goes to the queue processes it, and because the Reverb server is on, through socket it is able to immediately send the data to the client, as in the browser, another browser.
But, I have one question. From browser to from queue to WebSocket server, from where is that communication happening? From queue to that queue to the WebSocket server.
See, the queue is now internally how that is happening, even I'm not sure, but because the queue and the Reverb server are on the same box, I mean, I'm assuming they are able to communicate.
It has that should broadcast, right? So it knows that to send.
So like my event has a should broadcast, so it broadcasted that event and the queue picked it up. Okay, it processed it. Now I think what Jigar is asking is, when the queue worker has processed it, how is it being sent to the Reverb for browser to get that? Yeah,
that's what I'm. Okay. So that is through WebSocket protocol, right? WS protocol. Now,
WS protocol comes into picture when web server pushes the data to the client. So this when loading this browser, right? That I understood that what we do in app.js.
I can explain this. Slowly. Okay. So event is dispatched. Okay. This data gets stored in the database. Okay. All the properties, everything, it serializes that data, that class, and stores it, right? Now queue is running. It picks up that data. Okay. Now it unserializes it. That class is now live, right? It has this implement should broadcast, right? Laravel internally knows, okay, it should broadcast, right? We have already given where to broadcast, which plugin, everything we are using. It has this presence channel, private channel, public channel. So Laravel does it for us. It knows there is a Reverb server also running. So it gives that information to Reverb server. Reverb server knows that there is a connection to the client. Now it sends the data to the front end side. This is
so internally. So how Laravel is sending this, right? That is still a question mark. To WebSocket server, I still don't. There should be some, like, everything is magic, you are saying?
No, it's
it's a React PHP.
Magic तो सामने वाले के लिए है, but yeah, I think The React PHP, yes, I think that's uh, it. It's responsible to make that communication. Socket is
React,
just the protocol. I mean, it's a
yeah.
connection, so
Hmm.
doesn't matter. Maybe uh, if it was an HTTP call, maybe there was a Guzzle client making an HTTP call to our separate server, but
Separate.
that is immaterial. What I'm saying is, yeah, because the queue is has picked up an event which has a trait or which is implementing should queue, right? Should broadcast. It knows that I need to send this data through this channel, and because our front end is listening to that channel, it is receiving that data.
Hmm. Okay. Even as a, it's good from implementation standpoint. Like,
Hmm.
to be honest, like this is the first time that I'm using Reverb and broadcasting, and the channels and the pusher. So
Hmm.
for me, this is like, with help of obviously you guys, I was able to do a quick thing. So, but
Yep.
it is like, it is a it. I would say it is still lot quicker than doing all of things manually, especially going deep into the JavaScript, etc., etc. Here I have written minimal JavaScript, but
Yes.
so
They
so there is too much of magic happening, even for a developer, for a friend, like for the user. Obviously, it's a magic. You can remove my screen. That's fine.
okay. Oh, okay. So Vaibhav has one comment. Yes,
Hmm.
it is actually the Laravel makes the call to the Reverb server, and they all the WebSocket server has APIs. Interesting.
Okay.
All WebSockets have
Yeah.
API.
He corrected below. So WebSocket servers have APIs. Like we have Laravel Passport, and it exposes API endpoints, right, for OAuth2.
Hmm.
Vaibhav,
Hmm.
is it the same? If my understanding is correct or not? Can you correct? Have API.
WebSockets have API. Okay.
WebSocket
Interesting.
servers.
Interesting. Yeah, this was nice. 1.5 hour session
Right.
Only.
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 I
So
never. I
I,
didn't expect.
I saw some
I think it was fun.
tweets. I saw some tweets from some Laravel folks like Joe Dixon, and they were able to, like, after the launch, not after the launch, in this period they were able to try 3-4 games with this reverb.
Okay. Wow.
So
Nice.
there is a one tweet from, let's see, right?
Okay.
That's
So, any final thoughts? What do you guys think about this reverb and everything?
We have just scratched the surface, I would say, because, like, this is literally hello world when it comes to the
hello.
socket
Yes.
Yeah.
implementation. Because for any serious application, like even the demo channel which is created, I think the beauty is how Laravel will do a lot of very heavy backend stuff like authentication, the presence channels and stuff, which will help in constructing a very sophisticated application. That's, I think, where if we can do a second video where we are using those presence
Hmm.
channels and the private channels, we are able to explain how the authentication works and all those things. I think that would really uh, help the audience to understand the be behind the scenes of a serious WebSocket based app.
I think we
Hmm.
can plan something next time, and
Yeah.
that we can just do quick run on, like, having a private channel, present channel, where to use that everything. Vaibhav
I
has one question.
actually Okay,
Mhm.
sure. Firstly, let's take that.
Yeah, you complete first.
I was saying that I already have a plan because I'm building application in build public kind of thing, and my recent YouTube series is also on that. Basically, I looked at the GitLab APIs, and what happens is GitLab APIs have lot of webhooks. Whenever a issue is created, comments are made, right? And I was trying to create an application for myself where I'm able to look at some of the streams, because my notifications are off in terms of the GitLab thing, and I wanted very specific kind of notification. So in that particular application, I have a feeling that this real time thing will make an immediate wow effect, because Webukaya event issue create hua and all those things will really help. Yeah, so that maybe if I am able to implement it quickly, we can do that.
That is actually nice. I'll put your channel link in the comments so people will not miss it. Okay. And meanwhile, Vaibhav has one more question, that Laravel Reverb has UI or not? I don't think so.
We did not find any.
Yeah, the
I don't think so.
8080 the 8080 didn't give us anything, right? It said not found or
Not
something
found.
something
That
similar.
also without the Laravel effect. That Laravel
Yes.
Yeah.
So only thing that we found was the helpful thing is the debug hyphen debug. So
Yeah.
we can see the connections that are made to live servers. Hi Chetan, thanks for joining.
Okay, so anything you want to say before we wrap up? Any final thoughts?
Jigar?
How was it?
Final thoughts. Yeah. For me, I think I learned not just reverb, but too many things of the areas that I had not discovered of Laravel. So I think reverb was much more simpler to set up. We know that okay, this is the reverb start. That's it. Reverb is doing its job of listening the events, but the more trickier part was to send the events, because of lack of exposure for at my end. Like I did not know like we could broadcast it, and there was also, if the front end is involved, I get bit lost. But see, in terms of applications, I think whatever problems that we are aware of that sockets can solve, like the real-time gaming, etc., like how Joe Dixon was mentioning, create. They are planning in Laracon India. They are planning some hack some things around this reverb. They will do something. So let's see. But so game stuff. The thing that which I started with the dashboard live data. Let's say we had created a dashboard where the live chats were being displayed, not the chats, but okay, for these are the chat. These many chats are in queue to be picked up for support folks. So we used to use a live chat third-party tool. It had exposed a API. So instead of polling that API, we had a common services, and that service used to push it via WebSocket. So all these things we can whatever things that we need live on a dashboard, like a big screen TV. If this is a good thing, and I'm as of now at my workplace, I don't have any thing as of now where I can use reverb. Let's hope, but it's good, always good to learn.
I have one thing for Amitav actually. So, like, since you are talking about games, right? I'm a huge fan of games. I play a lot of games. Let's say I'm playing Prince of Persia or NFS online, right? I never checked the console where it is sending the request and everything. I'm curious. Is it using WebSocket? What do you guys think?
So I haven't. I mean, I haven't played a lot of online games which are on browser. Now, when it is an exe, I mean, it's very difficult to obviously detect, right? What
But
the
we
heck
can
is
see
happening?
the traffic we can check.
Yes, I mean, I'll have to put some like Charles or something where the data is kind of coming, and we can look at that. Yeah, never tried that. But some of the browsers, I'm sure, yeah, they would be. I mean, there are so many now browser games which you can directly play on Chrome and stuff, right? I'm sure that would be using sockets and stuff. If not HTTP calls, that can have one, or maybe they actually do HTTP calls. Who knows?
I don't know. They might have like
Yeah.
strong
My-
servers in there doing.
Yeah.
My guess is that gamings have their own protocol. My understanding is that because they need different. So basically, so UDP comes into picture in terms of gaming, right? So the lowest level, at the lowest level, this transport layer, they work on some different protocol, because it doesn't matter if we lose out certain pixels. Okay, so that's where UDP comes into picture. It's okay if certain pixels are getting missed, is what my understanding is. So I think the protocol is completely different. That's my understanding. I might be wrong, but yeah, it can be combination. So something else for graphics, something else for data like score keeping, etc. For scores, I think definitely they can use WebSockets, but that's very crucial. Yeah,
live feed.
yeah. For
If somebody is
graphics,
going
Especially multiplayers where
multiplayers,
your
yeah.
number is
One
Correct,
car is going up
correct,
front and or like
correct.
someone is somewhere.
Yes.
Chetan
Like-
has
yeah.
one question. Let's take it finally. As a final question. So
I
he's saying
was
that where does the
wonder-
socket state is maintained when scaling horizontally? I asked him like, what is the socket state? What do you mean by socket state here?
I think the Redis, when
Yeah.
we discussed, I think you joined late. So Redis will be the one acting as a storing the data, and everyone will be communicating with Redis. I think that's what they have mentioned in the their
Documentation as well.
official website, reverb.laravel.com. It mentions that horizontal something with Redis. I will just, it's on reverb.laravel.com. They mentioned that. So
Okay. And
yeah,
one last thing, Jigar, because you are familiar with Livewire, if we have
yes.
to, if we would have done this with Livewire, where will that eco business come in? Because I mean, are you aware of it, or like मैं अपना काम बचा रहा हूँ? If you already know, मुझे ढूंढना नहीं पड़ेगा. Otherwise, yeah.
Very so very good question. I use Livewire because I don't want to use JavaScript.
Hmm.
So now, is there a wrapper around?
So Livewire use
Eco
Alpine
for-
JS.
Yes.
Yeah, but
Yes.
So eventually, I think we'll have to write JavaScript if I'm not wrong. So yeah, I don't see another way.
I think
So
when
Alpine
we
JS,
bundle that Alpine JS at that time, we can bundle
Alpine.
this.
yeah.
Or
Alpine, along with Alpine JS, we'll have to do something there. Yes. No, there is no other way.
I saw one video from Christoph Rumpel on Laravel channel. Like he used wheat. Sorry, what is that? Last year he released in the Laravel. We were there.
Yeah, the front React kind of a front end, right?
So it has that PHP, that HTML. He released in front of us.
Volt.
We were there.
Volt.
Correct.
So he used that Volt in that. Maybe that will help.
Yeah, Laravel is slowly becoming an ecosystem like the AWS services. When you go to their catalog, there are so many. Bole, ye bhi hai. Like now we are in that state where we don't remember the names. It's a huge one.
We'll have a separate discussion on that.
Yeah. Definitely we can have.
Yeah.
Okay then. Thank you so much joining Amitav and Jigar. It was a great learning. We got to know a lot of things today. Hopefully, the struggles and everything is helpful for others. And also inside that we had that small talks where we were talking about some other stuff, but related to like how that curl command came, right? So all these stories, it might be helpful for others as well. So thank you so much for joining. Let's catch up in the next one.
Sure. Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you everyone.
Soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.